Well, you do have to give it to Sam Altman. He's trying to prove that OpenAI actually has value. I do think this is a funny story, and a lot of these stories like it, because we're coming to the age of IPOs in the AI world, and the fact of the matter is they are not showing enough value for these trillion-dollar IPOs. So anyways, this is coming from OpenAI itself. OpenAI and Malta partner to bring ChatGPT Plus to all citizens. So basically what is happening here is that Sam Altman is arguing that AI, that intelligence, should be like a utility. Because he really needs it to be like a utility, so his company is worth $1 trillion. Basically, what Sam Altman needs out of AI is that it's something that you pay for whether or not you actually use it. Like a utility. Think about that. I had my store, right? I had my store. I closed down my store, still owned it for a couple of years. And one of the funny parts is that every 3 months I had to pay like $100 for my sewage in my store, right? Because it was like a 2,500 square foot building. Anyway, so it was like $100 a month. And so I talked to the utility person, and I'm like, look, I don't understand. Look, charging for water, right? Because you'd see my water bill. My water bill was like $3 for 3 months, right? Because I just didn't use any water in the facility anymore, obviously. But then the sewage fee was like $100. And basically they said, well, but that's the overall fee to be connected into the city's sewage system. So they said, if you have us turn off all the water to your premises, you don't have to pay the sewage fee anymore because you're not having any water come in. But even if you're only paying $3, every 3 months for water, that's how little you use. You come in, you make a couple of cups of coffee, and that's it. Right? That is still enough that they're still going to charge you that sewage fee. And so you're just going to keep paying that. And so I just want you to think about it for a second. When you're looking at the AI revolution and you're looking at $1 trillion IPOs and all that kind of stuff, does it kind of make sense that Sam Altman would really like to sell intelligence as a utility, because then he can just charge people an amount of money and you gotta pay it. Wouldn't it be even better if he could convince governments to hand over your tax money to pay for the thing that you're probably not going to use very much of? So anyways, we're just continuing with this whole idiocy for these AI companies. The fact of the matter is they have not proven a value of anything worth near $1 trillion. So as Sam Altman said, this is the year of productivity for AI. They have to prove to people there's actually any value in this, right? They have private equity companies forcing the companies they own to use AI. They bought a consulting company. They're investing $4 billion to try to shove this through corporate America's throat. And basically, they are just out there all day long trying to prove people actually give that much of a crap about this particular product. And so this is their current iteration of that, which is, whatever. Whatever. OpenAI and Malta partner to bring ChatGPT Plus to all citizens. OpenAI and the government of Malta are today announcing a world's first partnership to roll out ChatGPT Plus to all Maltese citizens. The initiative will provide access to intelligence and empower citizens through an AI literacy course to build practical AI skills and benefit from the technology in their everyday lives. At OpenAI, we're turning intelligence into a global utility. And again, notice how they start saying that more and more. We believe that, like electricity, intelligence should be available for people, businesses, and institutions to use as much as they need, where and when they need it. And we really want to make sure we get all of their tax money to allow that to happen. That vision only matters if people can actually use these tools in ways that improve their own lives and communities. And that's really the crux of the question for 2026. Malta's AI for All initiative will offer people of all backgrounds the opportunity to learn how AI can be used responsibly through a course developed by the University of Malta. The course is designed to help people understand what AI is, what it can and can't do, and how to use it responsibly at home and work. After the course is completed, citizens can access ChatGPT Plus for 1 year at no cost to them. Again, what is the cost to Malta? There's no cost to them other than the tax money they had to pay for the Maltese government to hand it over to OpenAI. The partnership reflects a growing recognition by countries that want practical ways to help people build confidence using AI and how to apply it to real tasks. Malta's model of AI adoption brings together a locally designed course, a clear route to access ChatGPT Plus, and a national program intended to help citizens use AI with confidence in ways that support learning, work, creativity, and public participation. The partnership, tailored to Malta's needs and national AI priorities, is the latest under the OpenAI for Countries initiative. OpenAI's work to support governments and institutions as they move from early AI interest to strategic national adoption. Rather than a one-size-fits-all model, OpenAI for Countries is built around local priorities, whether that means education, workforce training, and public services, startup support, or AI literacy. OpenAI is already working with governments in countries like Estonia and Greece to support their national education systems. So yeah, like I said, with this whole AI thing, what I find so weird about this AI thing is we're just told how valuable it is, right? SpaceX, June 12th, is supposed to IPO for like a $2 trillion. $2 trillion. And this is really off of the back of AI, right? Anthropic, $1 trillion. OpenAI, $1 trillion, right? We got NVIDIA, $5 trillion. They're talking about being $6 trillion pretty soon, right? We are informed how valuable artificial intelligence is. The problem is, we don't actually seem to be using artificial intelligence a lot, right? Like email, people got the concept of email. The internet, people got the concept of internet, right? No, Apple did not have to go out and come up with an iPhone for Countries program to get people to buy the damn iPhone. They're like, wow, this is cool. I want one. And they sold it. And this is what I find so funny with this whole AI fraud, this whole AI idiocy, is when you look around, people just are not using it for much. And one of the big things, right, OpenAI comes out and it talks about their user growth. Fastest growing platform or app ever in world history. But again, when you look at it, 90% of their users are free users. And remember, when you're using AI, it's basically like a one-sided system. So you don't need multiple people using it, right? Like with Facebook. I remember back in the days, you're like, wow, Facebook sounds kind of sort of interesting, but I don't know anybody on Facebook, right? Facebook had to get a critical mass to get to the point that anybody wanted to use it. The thing with quote unquote AI is you can just go and you can just start using it. But that doesn't mean it's actually that valuable, realistically. And there's a big question of what value is there. If you start charging people $20 a month, will they pay it? I went to one of these AI events a while ago. Oh, the stupid things people say with such confidence. And basically, the guy started talking about like how much you pay for things like your Netflix subscriptions. Was like, well, if you look at how much people pay for Netflix, and you look at how much people they pay for Spotify, and you add all these things together, you get like $50 or $60 a month. So obviously, people can pay $50 a month for AI. You're like, what? What the hell? How do you get from point A to point B? I don't understand. How do those two things? Because suppose AI can provide you entertainment and AI can provide you, but again, that's not how humans actually operate. And I think that's a curious thing, going forward, is actually looking at this stuff and really asking, what is the value there? What will people in fact pay for? You think about this with the browser wars, right? I remember when Netflix cost $40 a license, a box, $40 a box back in the 90s. I remember that, right? You do inflation or whatever, that's probably about $100 a day. Today, can you imagine spending $100 on a web browser? But isn't a web browser valuable? Don't you need a web browser in your everyday life? Yeah, but again, you got Safari and you got Chrome and you got Firefox and you have whatever the hell Microsoft is selling right now, right? Yeah, you use a browser every day, but it doesn't mean you spend $100 on a browser. It doesn't mean you spend $50 a month on a browser. It's just one of those things that kind of sort of exist there, and that's where again, like I look at AI and I look at these valuations. And you know, you have Google. Google is building AI literally into the Android operating system, literally building it into their Chrome web browser. You have Apple. They're going to be building it more. I don't know. I have the latest iPhone. Apparently it has intelligence on it. I don't use it. Anyways, it's supposed to be integrating it more in the next iOS update that's coming out. Right. So you can see that in the next couple of years, right, people might actually be using AI quite regularly. But there's that whole, but what's it worth? Is it worth $1 trillion? Why am I going to go? Like, think about this again with Google. Google has built Gemini into Google. I don't even want to use Gemini most of the time, and I still use it. So anyways, I don't know. Like, this is very weird. And this seems to be what Sam Altman is doing, right? They talk about him being a manipulator. They talk about him being a liar. You talk about all this kind of stuff. And that's what this just kind of feels like. It just feels like they're trying to shove AI down people's throats, right? You go to Malta. You go to Estonia. You go to Greece. And you say, don't you want your country to be on the forefront of technology? Remember when that pissant little country down in Central America decided they were going to be on the Bitcoin standard? And how well did that work out for them, right? But that's the thing. You go to Malta. You're like, look, you can be the first AI country in the world. They're not doing this shit in France. They're not doing this shit in the UK. They're not doing this shit where somebody just fucking backsmack. Shut up, Sam. Go away, Sam. Don't want your shit, Sam. Right, they're going to Malta. They're going to Estonia. They're going to Greece. And it really, that's what it feels like. Like you go there and you sell this garbage dream about your country being at the forefront of using a prompt. And then somehow that's going to change everything. And then they sell it like, look, well, these countries are doing it. So obviously the United States should do it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. What do you think about the OpenAI for Countries initiative? What do you think about Malta becoming the first AI-powered country or whatever crap? What do you think about these companies saying that they're worth $1 trillion? Yeah, no, we're valuable. We just nobody wants to buy our crap. Doesn't mean we're not valuable, Eli. Come on now. Anyways, put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, you can get them on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is in the doobly-doo. There's also a link down there for my LinkedIn account if you want to follow me there. And with that, see y'all later.